Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Fat Loss for Busy Mamas series. And this is episode 2, and we're going to chat about finding your calories to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. Because in order to see fat loss mamas, you have to be in a calorie deficit. It's just inevitable. It's what you have to do. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you are going to want to figure out, mamas, is your TDEE calories. Okay, that's total daily energy expenditure. And this basically is your maintenance calories. So you get to go online. There's calculators on there. They are completely for free. You're going to put in your age, your weight, your height, and then your total activity level, and it will give you your maintenance calories. So let's just, for example, have someone here. Let's say that we have a 31-year-old female who is 5 feet 4 inches and she weighs 165 pounds. Okay. Again, you're going to go online, TDEE calculator. You're going to put this in. You also are going to put in your activity levels. So let's say that this is just a really light activity. So her TDEE is going to be around 2,100 to 1,900 calories. We'll say around there. Okay. So those are her maintenance calories. So TDEE calories, okay, those are your maintenance. So when you are having these calories, your weight is going to maintain. You are not going to be losing. Okay, you're just going to be maintaining. So we don't want to stay at maintenance, right? If you are wanting to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So this is your starting point. Again, this is just a calculation. So it's I put within there. It'll give you an exact number, but kind of within there, you have to give your body time to kind of adjust to it. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your TDEE and you're going to subtract about 200 calories. And that's where you're going to start for your calorie deficit. Okay. So you are not going to just put yourself at 1,400 calories and jump really low right away because you want to see that fat come off. Okay. Your body is going to, when you are in a deficit, it is going to respond, and we want to have it respond at a slow pace. And the answer is always to eat more food, right? If you're eating more food, you're not going to find that you're in starvation mode right away. And then your calorie deficit isn't going to be as hard. Okay. So you want to put yourself just 200 calories below that number. So I'm going to put this client, I'll probably start her at like 1850. Okay. So that is the number that I'm going to start her at for calories to make sure she is in a calorie deficit. Okay. Then from there, what you're going to want to do is, just like I talked about in my first episode, you're going to find that protein intake. And now you have your calorie intake. And now you are in a calorie deficit. So it is so important that you are doing these two big things. When you're in a calorie deficit, you need to adhere. So make sure you are tracking your macros. You need to use a nutrition tracker, set your calories here, find that protein, find where you're going to be at for protein. I talked about that in my first episode. Put your protein there and start tracking. And you want to adhere at least 6 days a week. Okay. Now I know that seems like a lot, but this deficit is not going to be your forever. You're going to have a lot more flexibility. But I tell clients when we are in a calorie deficit, we want to adhere as much as possible because you're going to see fat loss at a good pace. If you, for some reason, are tracking and you are adhering to it 6 days, you're tracking every little thing you put in your mouth, you're weighing, you're measuring, licks, taste, coffee creamers, all that. And for some reason, it's been, just say, for example, 2-3 weeks, you've been at 1850, you've been hitting your protein and you're not seeing change. That's when I would go and drop this then another 100 calories, nice and slow, because maybe your body, your metabolism's adapted. It's just time that we make a change. So then you would slowly cut yourself down to 1750. And then you want to stay there because you know what? You don't want to cut yourself down too quickly because you're going to find that you're starving and it's going to be a lot harder. And all of a sudden you're going to be at such low calories that it's going to be miserable. It's going to mess up your hormones. And you're going to find that, okay, well, that was all I got out of my cut. Or if you go nice and slow, this is a deficit, okay? Your body will respond to this. If it's not, then you are not tracking correctly. You're not being honest with what you're putting into your mouth. So there's something on your end. Again, if you've been adhering to this, I notice with clients about every couple months I make an adjustment. I don't make them every week. We go nice and slow. And some clients, their body, the very first deficit I give them, their body responds right away. And we keep them there sometimes for a good 2-3 months. Everyone's so different. So it just takes time. But again, mamas, if you have found your protein, then you have your calorie deficit, start tracking, track everything you put in your mouth, use a nutrition tracker, and you are going to see fat loss.